Are you struggling to keep your... I'm struggling to do this part. Are you struggling to keep your mini twists looking fresh after the first few days? I know the struggle. That's why I'm sharing my simple low maintenance routine to keep your twist moisturized and frizz free. Let's start with the products. So the products that I'm using to refresh my mini twist that I've done, I'm going to be using the Fenty Hair, the Home Curl Defining Cream. And I'm going to use the Fenty Hair, the Controlling Type Edge Control on my edges. So I tend to use the products that I used previously when I first installed the mini twist, just so that there's not a lot of mixture of product buildup in the hair. So if you started off with one product when you installed, I suggest to use it when you're refreshing your hair too. Another product that I use when my hair is in the mini twist but I installed it wet or damp hair, I use water as well in a mist bottle. But because I did it straight on blown out hair, I'm not going to use any water, so just the cream and the edge control is all I'm using. And I'm using some hair oil as well. And the hair oil that I'm using today is going to be the Aunt Jackie's, the Biotin Rosemary Mint Essential Elixir Essentials oil. I'm only going to use a little bit of the oil on my scalp and then a little bit on the ends just to lock in the ends. So I already started going through the process of looking through my hair of which ones I want to kind of refresh. I don't want to necessarily go through the process of doing them all over again. That's kind of redundant. And you want it to look natural, so like there's going to be a little bit of natural wear and tear in your twist. I think it just looks better that way. But some of them might still need some love, so I'll go through and just kind of pick which ones I want to refresh that look maybe the driest. A dab like this much of product on my hand, the curling cream, and I like my ends to be curly, so I use a perm rod to curl it and just keep it in for a few minutes, and then I go through the hair and just do the same thing over and just pick the ones that I kind of want to refresh that are sticking out. This side still looks pretty good, and I've had these in for over a week now, and I feel like they still look pretty good for me to have them in for a week. I'm just going through, I'm looking in my mirror if you see me looking down. Like this one I want to do, I just put some curling cream up there, and like I said, if I had did this on damp hair, I would have used a spray bottle of water. I would have used mostly water than cream. And so like this one I kind of want to fix. And you don't have to do this every night, because I would not do that every night. Normally I do this once a week depending on how long I'm going to have the mini twist in, and depending on your hair, your preference, you could do it every 3 days or whenever you have time throughout your busy schedule. Because me, I never have time to get my hair done, so I love doing mini twists when I know I'm gonna have like a busy week ahead of me and don't really want to have to do a lot to my hair. And this also is a way to keep your hair up, and you can also use this kind of mini twist technique to grow hair as well, because the less you manipulate the hair will grow. I ran out of perm rods, so I guess this is all I'm doing today. Basically, you just kind of like go through. You don't have to use perm rods if you did this on damp hair and your hair is not color treated, and my curls are typically a little bit loose now, so I use the perm rods a lot just to kind of like curl my ends. If you want to have a more defined curl, I use perm rods. You don't have to use the perm rods. You can just curl it with your finger, just do a finger coil, and then it should be good. And then I think I have a couple more that I want to do, but I have to let these sit, and then I'm gonna do these, and then I'll be back. And I'm just taking some of them out. This one should be a curl. You don't have to keep them in long. I mean, the longer you keep them in, of course, it's gonna be a little bit curlier. I'm just taking them out kind of quickly just to demonstrate it. You can also, if you want to, you can leave these in overnight, and then they definitely will hold a better curl. Alright, I think this looks pretty good. Still looks good, still is flat, and I feel like if you use a scarf at night, it should look good the next day. Oh, this went all the way back here. To see this one all the way unraveled. Alright, so that one's back to normal. And then I take my hair oil and just kind of go across my hair. I don't typically do too much. And then I just kind of like go through my scalp, massage it in. And I don't like to use a lot of products, so just enough to go down here, around here, and in the back. First that I do is my edges. So I just kind of and this is preference. You don't have to do edges if you don't want to. Okay, so just a little bit of a refresh, because if I want to put it up, I finish the edges, and the last part is how I put them up at night. Use a satin or a silk scarf to keep the hair flat. And if you had it up in like a ponytail during the day, just, you know, take it out and then put the scarf on. And then I use a bonnet and I put the hair ends up in the bonnet. It's gonna look crazy on camera. Okay, you get the picture. All right, and then I am ready to go to bed. And then the good thing about it is that you already did your hair for the next day. So once you take off your bonnet and the scarf, your hair should be flat and ready to go. And that was only like a 10-minute or less thing to do to your hair. And I know sometimes you just don't want to do it, but just take 10 minutes of your time before going to bed, refreshing it, and then you'll feel better about it in the next day. So now I'll show you how I upkeep my mini twists. How do you keep yours looking fresh throughout the week? And if you need any more tips, check out my video on mini twists that is up here.